growing up in church, you hear all these Bible stories. And if you're anything like me, you've sat here and wondered, why do we need to learn these stories if it's just from a long time ago? Then as we get older, we kind of piece them together and learn that they can really help us and learn that they really are important. But we never really fully understand why we need to learn these as much as they say until we start applying them to our lives. There's one story I've always related to and have started applying most to my life, focused on throughout school, family, and even sports. The story is Daniel in the Lion's Den, and if you haven't heard of it, let me just tell you. So Daniel is raised to high office by his royal master, King Darius. Daniel's jealous rivals trick Darius into issuing a decree that for 30 days, no prayers should be addressed to any god or man but King Darius himself. Any who break this decree are to be thrown to the lions. But this did not stop Daniel from praying to our God. And he was caught. Daniel was so high in office and close to the king that Darius didn't want to throw Daniel to the lions. Darius realized he had been tricked into signing the decree, but had to abide by and follow through as it said. So Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. He spent a night in the den, and all the king's men knew for sure he would be dead by morning. As they went to remove the stone from the den, the king cried down to Daniel. Daniel had lived. And when the king and his men asked how he is not dead, Daniel told them that God sent an angel to come and close the mouths of the lions. Darius then issued a new decree claiming that everyone should bow down to Daniel's God because he's the one true God. Our lions don't always look exactly like Daniel's. A lot of the times our lions can look like toxic friendships, teachers, coaches, abusive parents even. How many times have you prayed asking for your problems or lions to just go away and not affect you anymore? Let's look at what Daniel did in his situation. Daniel 6:22 says, "My God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his eyes, and I have not wronged you, your majesty." Daniel's experience in the lion's den had to have been nothing short of scary, yet he depended on God for his protection. So about 5 years ago, I got thrown into my own lion's den. I was 9 when my parents told me about the divorce, and I've had to learn that it was not my fault. I had to learn that I didn't have a choice. The situation was my den, and the thought of it being my fault were my lions. I, to this day, have to keep my faith strong and keep fighting the battle of my lions. But in Ephesians 6:16, it says, "In addition to all these, hold up the shield of faith to stop the fiery arrows from the devil. Even through lions' dens, that you have no way out of, that you have no choice in, like divorce, God will protect you from the lions inside." See, it tells us that God shut the mouths of the lions. He didn't pull Daniel out of his situation, but he protected Daniel inside of it. Sometimes we don't have a choice. Daniel was thrown into his lion's den not having done anything wrong. And sometimes we get thrown into bad situations or trouble, asking, what did we do to deserve it? But as we get thrown into them, we have to go in knowing God is able. Your enemy strives to see you hurting, strives to see you being attacked. But when we know for sure and keep our faith strong, our God will shut the mouths of the lions before the enemy even sees they're there.